Assalamu alaikum, family. This is Ryan X coming to you live. Hope you all having a blessed and wonderful day. Hope you having a blessed and wonderful week thus far. This is a day that Allah has made, God has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Um, so thank you all for tuning in. Well, if you see this video later, no, this is earlier. This is an earlier start than what I normally get. So just I need to get some rest. So I just worked last night, but I'm gonna try not to be on here too long. But I wanted to make my share my thoughts about what's going on with the government shutting down. But before I do all that, um, and the likelihood that you hope that you all are having a blessed and wonderful day, and the likelihood that you're not, always remember this: tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God. He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. So, the U.S. government has shut down. This is the first time that it's shut down in 6 years. Yeah, 2000 December 2018 to January 2019. I remember that vividly because I had went back to school, and I'm a veteran, so there was some issues about whether I'd be getting my benefits for school without because the government has shut down. This was in December. This was right before Christmas 2018 until late January 2019. I believe it was 35 days, if I'm not mistaken. That was the longest shutdown in U.S. history. And that was under, ironically enough, y'all President Donald J. Trump. So, I guess he's my president too. I didn't vote for him, but anyway, he's a president of these United States, and he was president of these United States at that time too. So how ironic, right? The irony of it. So now yet again another government shutdown. The government shut down yesterday at midnight, October 1st at midnight. So they did a poll. USA Today did a poll. Who gets blamed for a shutdown? Polls show nation is divided. While this is an article on USA Today that I'm reading from. With the government shut as of October 1st, a series of polls released a day prior offer a divided picture of how Americans are viewing the crises and who they think is most to blame. In two national surveys released September 30th, Americans were more likely to blame Republicans than Democrats for a government shutdown, though results were mixed as to who would be considered most at fault. In a separate poll released the same day, Americans had a gloomy view of much of government, with more negative than positive takes on President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and congressional leaders on both sides of the aisle. Interesting. The federal government hurtled into its 15th government shutdown since 1981. Wow. In the early mornings of October 1st, after congressional leaders failed to reach a resolution that would keep the lights on. The shutdown came after Senate Democrats on Tuesday night again blocked the Republican proposal to keep the government at existing funding levels through November 21st. The bill received 55 votes for passage, short of the 60-vote threshold to defeat a Democratic filibuster. Before I go any further, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit that subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. In a 5-day New York Times survey, most U.S. voters surveyed said both parties would be at fault for a shutdown at 33%. Yet between the two parties, a little more than a quarter of respondents, 26%, said they would blame congressional Republicans and President Donald Trump, and 19% pointed their fingers at the Democrats. Another 21% said they had not heard enough about the shutdown to say who was responsible. The poll was conducted September 22nd through the 27th, surveying 13, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, 1,313 registered voters. 1,313 registered voters. Interesting. This is the perfect shirt for this. Public enemy. The government is the public enemy of the people. I'm going to say that again. The government is the public enemy of the people. It doesn't matter if it's the Democrats or the Republicans. They're both are the enemy of the people. We know that the Republicans control Congress. As of last year's elections, they are in control of Congress. So it's easy to say that they're the ones to blame for this because they control the Congress and they have the White House. Most of the judges on the Supreme Court lean to the right. So it's easy to see how people could say, blame the right. But in the famous words of a famous former college football coach who was a college football analyst who just retired, talking about the great Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. So it takes two to tango. Like it takes two people to fight. It takes two people to fight each other. It takes two to tango. I say they're both their fault. Yes, the Democrats too. I've seen posts on Instagram, on Facebook, on X, saying that the Democrats pointing fingers at the Republicans. I don't know why black people seem to think why it's so morphed in their brains that the Democrats are the good guys. What make y'all Negroes think that the Democrats are so holy that they're above reproach, that they're above fault? What make y'all think that? I'm not saying that the Republicans are great either. The Republicans are devils too. I'm not sitting up here touting the Republicans. No. I'm not singing their praises. No. So let me be very clear on that. I'm not doing that. I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm calling it down the middle. Both of them are responsible for this shutdown. Both parties are. It takes two to tango. And what's crazy about it, the sad part about it is, they don't give a damn about the American people. They don't give a damn about, they never did. You have multimillionaires, think about this, multimillionaires arguing over keeping the government operating. They could care less. They're still going to be able to pay their bills, still be able to put food on the table, still be able to do, it'd be business as usual for them. Nothing changed. But for the people working for the federal government, I saw a guy on the news last night said that his wife has to pick up extra shifts at work because she don't know how long he's going to be out of work. Another young man said he don't know what to do because he don't know how long he's going to be out of work. And isn't it fitting that they do this on the first of the month? That's when people's rents are due. The first of the month is when the rent is due. Everything's going up. And you know, with these landlords, these rental companies, they want their money like right then and there. They're like the mafia. They don't care how you get it. We want our money right away. They don't want to work with you. They don't want to, I don't know if y'all ever have come across that, renting an apartment or renting property, but they do not want to work with you. 9 times out of 10, I've run into that where they do not want to work with you. It's like, I want my rent. Hey man, I lost my job. You know, I want my rent. I want my rent. I want my rent. I want it now. But I don't have it now. Okay, you got 5 minutes to get it. It's like, not 5 minutes, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, damn, I don't have it. What can I? What you want me to do? Well, if you don't have it, I'm gonna have to drop. I'm gonna have to give you notice to quit. It's like, damn. So I feel sorry for the people who work in the federal government, um, who had nothing to do with this. Innocent men and women who work in our government. I feel sorry for them, but I must say this: I don't like the IRS. I don't like them. The whole system, that is, not the people who actually work, just the system. I don't like these systems, but the people who have to go to work to try to make ends meet, I feel bad for them. I do. I have empathy for them, but I just don't like the system as a whole. Um, National parks are closed now. They're supposed to have Fleet Week out here next week in the Bay Area. Um, the Blue Angels, they fly over San Francisco. They may not be able to perform. Then they may have the Canadian Snowbirds, but it's not going to be the same as the Blue Angels. Just not. Won't be the same. So Fleet Week is in jeopardy now, and a lot of people come and they like to enjoy that. It's a tradition, like the second week of October. It's been going on for I think 45 years now. So it's a Bay Area tradition. Everyone likes to sit out on the by the Embarcadero, and they fly over the Golden Gate Bridge. They fly over the bay. Fly. It's nice. I could see them here from my apartment. They fly over the Oakland and over San Francisco. It's nice to see, but that's in jeopardy. So, and mentioned the parks, the museums. All of this is in jeopardy because multimillionaires are being petulant children, both on the left and on the right. It doesn't matter which party. And I wish our people would get that through their head that both of these parties are evil. The Republican Party is evil, the Democratic Party is evil. It doesn't matter. The article goes on to say independent voters held an even dimmer view of Republicans in a survey, with respondents twice as likely to assign blame to Trump and the GOP than to Democrats. Though respondents consider Democrats less at fault than Republicans, two-thirds said Democrats should not shut down the government if their demands are not met. And they're right. They should not. They need to work together. I mean, God dog, man. God damn it. Just work together. This is right. Two-thirds said Democrats should not shut down the government if their demands are not met. That is absolutely right. That's why I said the Democrats are to blame too. And it said earlier in this article, the shutdown came after Senate Democrats on Tuesday night again blocked the Republican proposal to keep the government at existing funding levels through November 21st. So I would say it's more the Democrats' fault than the Republicans. But I know how the media portrays Donald Trump. I'm not saying Trump is a good guy, that I like Trump, but the most effective devil in America don't tell the truth. They don't. They lie. And the way they paint Trump, I mean, he's a whipping boy. He does himself no. He doesn't do himself any favors because he makes himself an easy target. He does. I mean, you have Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Jon Stewart, all these comedians poking fun of Trump every night. Every night. He makes it easy. Stephen Colbert is another one. What's the other one that come on Seth, oh, I can't think of that other comedian. I could see his face. He come home after Fallon. Okay, I can't think of his name. Some corny ass white comedian. I can't think of his name. But they all poke fun at Trump. Again, he makes himself an easy target. He doesn't do himself any favors. He doesn't. So this is why people it's easy to point the finger at the Republicans because they're not popular these days, especially with these ICE raids going on. I saw a video of an ICE raid in Chicago at an apartment on the south side or something like that. Just crazy. Trump's talking about sending federal troops. The major cities being staging grounds for troops. Just insane. So again, he isn't doing himself. He's not winning over the American people. He just isn't. A great majority of them. But be that as it may, the Democrats are to blame for this because they could have worked together they could have put their differences aside to keep the government open. They could have, but we don't want our way, so we're gonna shut down the government. Oh, air travel is affected. Just crazy. Just absolutely insane because the FAA falls under the umbrella of the federal government. That's right. The Federal Aviation, whatever it is, Association, I guess. The air traffic controllers, the airport, that all falls under the umbrella of the federal government. So thousands of lives are being affected. Actually, millions of lives are being affected because people travel. People like to visit these museums. So you have people, employees that work at these museums, that work at the parks, that work at the airports, that work at the VA offices, hospitals. All these people are being affected by stupidity, by the stupidity of multimillionaires. And it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. And something needs to be done because, again, it doesn't matter if it's the Republicans or the Democrats, the American people are suffering. They're going to suffer. People expecting their, what would they say was affected? Let me see here. Just saw it here. I'm just typing what's being affected by the shutdown. It's just sad, man. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button now. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. But yeah, federal workers, it's just a sad situation. Social Security offices and Medicare assistance to VA to veterans benefits and health programs. That's in jeopardy. That's what I was looking for. So Social Security offices and Medicare assistance to veterans benefits and health programs. That's being affected. I mean, god damn it, man. Come on. Really? It's like the people who don't need these services are affecting are putting the lives in jeopardy of the people who do need these services. And they don't give a damn. Because, hey, like I said earlier in this video, their lives are going to go on. It's going to be business as usual for them. They're still going to be able to put food on the table. They're still going to be able to pay their bills. They're still going to be able to do whatever the hell they want to do. It's the average man and woman, Joe Public and Joanne Public, who are going to suffer. They're going to suffer, especially the ones who work for the federal government, who I mentioned beforehand, and people who rely on these services from the federal government. Again, like I said earlier in this video, the federal government are the public enemy of the people. They just are. I can't put it any more plainer than that. They just are. The government shutting down? Really? We know there have been government shutdowns before, and those were ridiculous too. The government should come to an impasse, compromise. It's like two parents, mom and dad, arguing with each other. They're not. The mother's not seeing what daddy's talking, what daddy's point of view is. Daddy's not seeing what mama's point of view is, and so they say, you know what? Bump it. We're not going to take care of the household. We're not going to feed the children. That's kind of like what this is like. So then the whole house suffers. There's no food. The kids grow hungry because two grown-ups cannot get along. They cannot they cannot seem to compromise. They can't put their differences aside to compromise, and so the whole damn house suffers, including the children suffer. Wouldn't that be stupid? Wouldn't that be asinine for two parents to do that? Well, this is asinine. These people, multimillionaires, some of them billionaires, are refusing to put their differences aside, and the American people are suffering because of it. The federal government is the number one public enemy of the people. I can't put it any plainer than that. They just are. How about they go without pay for 6 months or a year? How would they like that? Since you're refusing to do your job, you don't get paid. Because you work for the people. Y'all do know that, right, Congress? Y'all work for us. We're your boss. We put you in that place. Y'all seem to forget that. Y'all work for us. So if I work for somebody, or if you work for somebody, y'all who tuning in, you work for somebody, and you refuse to do your job, is your boss going to pay you? Hell no. If I refuse to do my job, will my boss pay me? Hell no. He's going to fire me, and rightfully so. The same thing should apply to both the Democrats and Republicans. To those even though the Republicans run Congress, both things should apply. It should apply to them both, because it's not just the Republicans; it's the Democrats too. It takes two to tango. Keep that in mind. So with that being said, I'm gonna hop off of here. I hope I was able to get my point across. If I was, drop your comments below. I would love to see what you think. Share this video. Share it. Let's flood the algorithm with it. Let's have this conversation about how our government, the federal government, is the number one public enemy to the people, to us, the people. So share this video. Share it as many times as possible. Let's have the conversation. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. I know there are going to be many who disagree with me about what I said about the Democrats or the Republicans, and I'm cool with that. But let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. In our disagreements, let's use logic, common sense, facts, and respect, not emotion and disrespect. That will get you nowhere. So keep that in mind. Support my YouTube channel here, my future projects. Um, I have coming down the trough. I was supposed to do an interview last week, but something fell through. I was tired, but the person had reached back out to me to see if I, you know, about rescheduling. So it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. But meantime, in between time, please continue to rock with your brothers. Support my YouTube channel here, my future projects. It'd be greatly appreciated. I love y'all for rocking with me all these years, and I don't take it for granted. And I really do mean that. I love y'all immensely, and thank you for supporting me. And please, please continue it. The love and support. Brothers as well as sisters, y'all be safe out here. Beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So whether you're going to work, coming home from work, dropping your children off at school, picking them up, running errands, just at home watching TV, on vacation, whatever the case may be, beware and be aware. Be safe out here. We cannot afford to fall asleep at the wheel at this hour. Those of y'all who in the nation, General Order number 2. Y'all know what that is. So, on that note, I love y'all. Have a blessed rest of your day. I will talk to y'all sooner than later, inshallah. And I'm out. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.